Hi everyone, my name is Grayson, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the safety of using a 3D printer. So now, dealing with 3D printing safety, it can go from different filament types that use different chemicals that can harm you, or dealing with electrical hazards when taking apart any part of your printer. But in today's video, we'll be going over all the hazards that you may encounter when 3D printing. So without further ado, let's get started. See, with different filaments comes different chemicals, and a big example of this is ABS. See, ABS uses a lot of chemicals to get that strong, hard material, and that can cause a big risk to us, because if we breathe those chemicals in from the printer, that can cause a lot of harm to us, and it can make us harder to breathe, and it can just cause a whole lot of issues. But a way you can fix this is by doing two things. Either one, getting an enclosed printer, or two, getting an enclosure. Now, an enclosure is a big tent that goes over your printer, and it traps all of those chemicals and all that air inside the printer. Now, an enclosed printer is like an enclosure, but the enclosure is actually built into the printer to trap all that air and all those chemicals from getting into the air that can harm us. Now, ABS is not the only type of filament that causes harm to you and everybody else. There are multiple different filaments out there that can cause harm to you and everybody else, but ABS is just so common with being harmful because of how many chemicals there are in it. And to show you how many chemicals there are in it, I made a list of how many chemicals there are, and it's right here. But now that we talked about all the hazards with using different filaments, let's go on to the next hazard in 3D printing. Now, you guys may be wondering, what are mechanical injuries? Well, see, mechanical injuries are when you say stick your hand inside your printer while the heat bed or the nozzle is moving around, and your hand gets hit by the fast movement of the printer. Now, you guys may be saying, well, who's dumb enough to stick their hand inside the printer when it's moving? I'm dumb enough. Quick backstory. So about a month ago, I was just fiddling around with my printer, and I was just bored, okay? So I put my hand right here, and I was just fiddling around with the heat bed. Now, something I didn't realize is I kept hitting it down, and where my hand is right now, it kind of is in the area where something can get crushed. So I just kept moving it down and down and down until this happened. My hand got crushed. Now, I know all you guys are sitting there right now saying, oh, well, it didn't look like your hand got crushed. Well, yes, because I'm not actually going to crush my hand. And at that time, my hand was facing like this, more like this, so it had more room to crush. And this was just a demonstration. I'm not actually going to crush my hand, but it did hurt. It did hurt just a little bit, but it shows that you can still get hurt from stuff like that. But now that I've explained how hazards like that from your printer can crush your hand and hurt you, let's go on to our third hazard. So this one's gonna be really short and simple. Basically, all you gotta do from stopping yourself from getting hurt or electrocuted is just turning off your printer entirely or unplugging it, because doing that will stop the current of electricity from going to the wires that are damaged, and it will basically just stop you from getting electrocuted. It's really simple and it's really easy to do now that printers are so advanced nowadays, but that's really all I gotta say. So with that, we can go on to our fourth and final one. So, fires in 3D printing can be caused by a lot of things, but the main one is due to electricity. See, basically what happens is, if you run electricity through a broken wire, what do you think will happen? Well, if your guess was sparks will happen, then you're correct, because if you run electricity through a broken wire, that electricity has another place to go. So it will go out that way, creating sparks, because it has no other place to end. So, if that happens, those sparks can create a fire, which is not good if you're 3D printing something. So a way you can fix this is you can take a roll of electrical tape and just wrap that wire up after you powered off your printer. And the reason why I know this is because this has happened to me before with my Lego Neptune 4 Pro about a year or two ago when I first got it. Basically, what happened was I was going to print something, and after I was done printing it, I realized that there was a little bit of sparks coming out at the back of my printer. Now, what happened was the printer had damaged that wire and somehow bent it, so I had to wrap that up in electrical tape and fixed it, and then I had no other issues with my printer after that. But with all that said, I'm glad I'm able to share this with all you guys to keep yourself safe when 3D printing. But with all that said, happy printing.